Hey guys, it's Georgia. It is March 22, Wednesday. I'm a bit behind with posting a video, but the physique portion of this video that you'll see was actually recorded on March 18, which makes it 15 weeks out from the competition on July 1. So, even though I'm posting this video late, the physique part is 15 weeks out. But I can tell you kind of where I've been between the last video and this video that I'm posting. I was gaining weight and I wasn't happy about it. It wasn't gains weight because there was no way I was gaining that amount of weight in that short period of time, and it was all muscle. I at my lowest weight I was 133.2. In the 2 weeks ago or a week ago, I was starting to creep up in weight, a pound a day or pound and a half a day, and then I'd lose a little bit of weight, then I'd get another pound. It was so strange because I was doing fairly good on my macros. And then I realized, well, what am I doing different that I wasn't doing before? And for whatever reason, I just realized at that point that it was these kind of cleanses that I was trying to do. I've been hearing lots of raving about cleanses, and so I figured I'd give it a whirl. There were two things that I was doing. One is called, I think it was called Intestinal Edge, and basically I think it was just plant extracts that you put in a dropper, or you extract via a dropper and then you squirt into your mouth. It actually tasted pretty good. And then simultaneously I was doing a Whole Foods 7-day quick cleanse that came in a box. It had 2 bottles of pills and then some powder form, which I'm thinking is some sort of fiber. So I decided to stop those, and maybe a day or two after stopping them, I started kind of shedding the pounds again. So word to the wise, if you're doing a cleanse, it may not have the cleansing impact that you want without other stuff going on. Then after I stopped taking it, I was reading some posts about some other girls that I follow, and yeah, for sure enough, doing some cleanses will cause you to bloat. So I was certainly retaining water, and I knew it was water, right? Because you just don't gain. I gained like 4 pounds in a week. You just don't gain that much weight and it's muscle or fat. It doesn't happen in a week like that. So I knew it was water, but it still was kind of just like the numbers were playing with my head, even though I knew I was still making muscle gains. So that made me happy. But anywho, I'm back down to losing weight. I'm not at the lowest that I was. I was at 133.2 was my lowest. This morning I think I weighed in at, or the other day I weighed in at 33.4. Yeah, the weight is going down, which is cool. And I also think that I'm starting to see a little bit more gains, more gorilla gains. And what I'm seeing is, I think my upper body is a little bit more built, and I think my abs are starting to get a little bit leaner. I still don't have a six-pack, but when you watch the physique part of this video, take a look at my upper 2 abdominal muscles. You can kind of see it. If you squint really hard and pause the video and concentrate and look for that horizontal line, you might see it. It's like the elusive horizontal first line of the abs thing. But anyways, I can certainly see it when I wake up in the morning and I'm not retaining any water yet, haven't eaten, and I flex really hard. I can see it. So those are nice wins. Also, if I just like touch my abs like this, I can feel it. Baby wins, baby gorilla gains. And I'm also just seeing a bit more vein action. I just came from the gym, so let's see if you can actually see any vein action. Yeah. Maybe not. You can kind of. So those are the things that I'm proud of. As you know, I started to do legs again. I've done 2 heavy leg workouts. Heavy, in the sense that it's heavier than what I wasn't doing, because I wasn't doing legs for like a month and a half. But for example, the most I've ever squatted, I think was 180 at 3 reps maybe. And that was months ago before I got injured. And then when I was doing legs with my trainer, we did heavy leg, but I only squatted 110. I think it was a rep of 10. So it wasn't anything big, but it was certainly better than not doing it at all, which I've missed legs. As it pertains to my measurements, all of my measurements are the same. My shoulders, my arms, my waist. The things that have changed are my hips and my thighs. So I don't know how I feel about that, because I actually like being fuller at the bottom. My hips, when I first started this journey, was 40 inches. It's now 38 inches. 38 inches, I think. And my thighs are 22, which a month ago or so, I think it was 24. So I'm losing size, but it's a good thing, right? Because I have to lean out and get rid of my fats. I should say that I really love my body, and I don't think I need to lose weight. If I wasn't doing this competition, I don't think I need to lean out. I don't think that I need to get bigger. I don't think I need to get smaller. I would just keep my body as is and maintain, right? So for those people that think that you just need to get smaller and smaller, or lose weight and lose weight, that's not the case, right? I'm doing this for the competition, and I know after the competition I'm going to gain weight slowly and in a healthy way. So just be aware that as I'm going through this process, I don't think I need to lose weight. I like my body. I'm bummed that my bum is getting smaller. I'm bummed that my thighs are getting smaller, but at the same time, I do love seeing the definition a little bit more, so I don't know. Anywho, happy with my body. Just need to do this competition thing, which, by the way, is coming up, and I'm getting really, 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 really scared, because if it's March 22 now, that means I only have effectively 14 weeks and some odd days left. And I don't know, I'm still far from what those winners look like, right? But hey, I do what I can, and I'll keep doing it until the competition happens. The other thing that's changed when it comes to just things that I've been doing is a little bit of my nutrition. My macros have stayed the same, but I'm a little bit more aware of when I'm eating. My trainer told me that I need to finish all my carbs by 2 or 3 p.m. So the struggle with that is I'm constantly just like stuffing my face until 2 or 3 p.m. And it's just like heavy carbs, so my stomach is constantly full, because I'm eating lots of oatmeal, rice, corn, sometimes a little bit of bread here and there. But I'm also cutting down just on my simple sugars, because what I'm told anyways is if they're not burned within 8 hours, they turn into fat. As for complex carbs, they turn into fat within 24 hours if they're not used. Anyways, that's at least what my trainer said. I'm not a nutritionist. That's not my qualified advice or knowledge. It's just hearsay, and probably the truth, maybe the truth. Anyways, so I've been doing that for the last few days, and it's actually pretty easy. It hasn't made anything that much harder. It's just I'm stuffed until 2 or 3 p.m. and then at 5 I'm like starving. So at night what I tend to have is just like a giant bowl of salad and some protein. So tonight I had a giant bowl of spinach with cilantro and mint, just canned shrimp because it was easy, and a little bit of red onion. And okay, you're about to judge me when I say this. I sprinkle a little bit of Splenda in my salad, with some pink Himalayan salt, and it's just good. So judge me if you will. So anywho, part of this video is I'm going to show you my physique. I did my physique in a slightly different way this time around. I did it twice. Once with the same kind of clothes that I normally wear, that I've worn in the other 2 videos, leggings and a shirt, just so you have a apples to apples comparison. And then I also did the physique right after, but this time using my competition heels as well as shorts, and a shirt, just so that you can see also my legs. And no, I don't have any problem with my cellulitis. By the way, I think cellulitis is a real word, both of my cellulite. But for the sake of the competition, I think the leaner the better, right? But on a normal day, I wouldn't have problems with it. I don't think like my cellulite is that crazy. I think it's very normal. I'm a very hippie person and a very thigh person, so it just comes with the territory, right? And the other thing that I'm going to show you is this thing that I was just trying to use to keep myself on track with my macros, because as you guys know that I was having problems with my nutrition, just kind of keeping on track. So I made this calendar out from contact paper that I put in my refrigerator of just 14 days. And if I did well on my macros, then I would put a star or some sort of symbol that I did well on that particular day. And then I'd also put my weight for that particular day so I could see how my patterns were. And yes, I still use my normal applications like MyFitnessPal to track my macros. I use FitJourney to track my weight and measurements on a regular basis, but this was just something that was glaring at me every time I walked into that darn beautiful kitchen. Did you hear my puppy shake? She's so violent. So you'll see that I'll show you what that looks like, and you'll see there's 3 days that I was off my macros, which out of 14 days, that's actually a lot, right? So it helps put things in perspective, just because in my apps, it's not always so easy to see the patterns, or it's just not as giant and glaring because the contact paper that I use is probably this big, so it's, instead of just looking at your little device, it's just glaring at you on the fridge. But what I did find as well is, because I was doing the intestinal cleanses, even though for those days that I was doing good on my macros, or even though generally I was doing good on my macros, I was still gaining weight. So a lot of things come into play. It's never as easy as just saying macros in, macros out. There are all sorts of other things that come into play. It depends on allergies you have, are you retaining water, those kind of things. So I always think about that when I'm thinking about how much weight I'm losing or gaining. I'm getting distracted by Darla. Can you see her? She's in the mirror. Anyways, I like the process. So what I'm doing is I also am creating a new calendar for March and April, for the remainder of March and April, and just to keep it going. I'll show you guys those in a bit. Anyways, let me show you my physique. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, well, then move on. If you want to continue seeing my progress, subscribe. If you want to keep seeing Darla, subscribe. If you like gorillas, then I like you.